Hey everyone, it's May 19th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with one of the most notorious serial killers in American history, Albert Fish, who may have murdered as many as 100 victims in the 1920s and 30s, and that is him right up there. Fish was given a myriad of nicknames, including the Gray Man, the Werewolf of Wisteria, the Brooklyn Vampire, the Moon Maniac, and the Boogeyman. Born in 1870 to a 75-year-old father and 32-year-old mother, Fish grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, but his dad died when he was just 1. He spent much of his childhood in an orphanage after his mother placed him there at the age of 5. Fish was abused as a boy there, often being beaten and whipped, which gave him erections, causing other children to make fun of him. His family had a long history of mental illnesses, with his brother confined in a mental hospital, his mother experiencing hallucinations, his uncle diagnosed with mania, his half-brother diagnosed as schizophrenic, and his sister and 3 other relatives being diagnosed with mental affliction. At the age of 10, Fish was back with his mother, and by the time he was 12, he began having relationships with other boys, engaging in bizarre sexual fetishes including drinking urine and eating feces. Fish often visited public baths where he could watch other boys undressing, and he began writing obscene letters to women who had placed personal ads in newspapers, a practice he continued throughout his life. After spending his 20s as a male prostitute, Fish was put in an arranged marriage in 1898 and fathered 6 children. While working as a house painter, he would molest children, mostly boys under the age of 6, and he became fascinated by sexual mutilation. After a stint in Sing Sing for larceny, he engaged in self-harm by embedding needles in his groin. Later x-rays revealed that he had 29 needles lodged in his pelvic region. Fish ramped up his deviancy in 1910 when he tortured and cut off the manhood of a mentally disabled lover he had taken. After his wife left him in 1917, he was left to raise 3 children on his own and began hearing voices. He soon turned to murder and targeted the mentally disabled and African American communities, believing that they were less likely to be the focus of an investigation when they were killed. Sadly, he was right. Fish tortured, mutilated, and killed young children with a cleaver, butcher knife, and handsaw, sometimes paying local children to bring him other kids who would become his victims. In 1928, he killed and cannibalized a young girl, and an anonymous letter that he sent to her parents in 1934 led to his capture. The letter's quite a doozy, all about a butcher that would cut up children for meat at $1 to $3 a pound, and how he had eaten their daughter. He used letterhead found at a boarding house where he had been staying and was captured a month later. Once Fish was arrested, the extent of his crimes came out. He confessed to having molested, killed, and cannibalized 100 children, though it is unknown how many murders were actually committed. He was convicted of 3, with another 5 tied directly to him. Fish died in the electric chair in 1936 at the age of 65, after giving his lawyer his final statement, of which the lawyer said, "I will never show it to anyone. It was the most filthy string of obscenities that I have ever read." If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find all about their birthday twin. And to Albert Fish, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.